Ê, ê, ha, ha. Cả đủ chỉ xuân là tay của thông gió. Sơn gió chùa tua chia xia, thì luôn chia ý hồng thông hà. Là sáng lo ba su và tu mùa hao lửa hoa mê tu mê nhua rò rê tua cho nói gió mê lu nên gió trâu sông to xia qua mê đi mê gì bỏ công nhân dư tao chỉ muốn lo cho phố kề trái tận thời nhỏ đã qua đây mùa thương tí nó xin màu xin thế hê hê ha ha qua lia qua tay nhỏ bé gió hao lư đây mùa xì từ xì ba cho con lông lo mà lưu sông lao tỏ sông chia
I totally agree. Although it seems so unreal, there are so much things we don't know about our parents.
Has anyone been in contact with Ku at all?
The last time I've spoken with him, he said that he's doing pretty well and he's off to college. And he said he feels a spark between himself and his educational career.
Well, I can say we all sure know our cultural identity a little more because of him. So, what is it to be Hmong?
Well, if you like a short answer, Hmong is a group of people and we are Hmong.
Wow, I can't believe it's still not past 9 yet.
I know, right? We did so much today, but it's so hard to fall asleep. Does anyone know any campfire games?
Not that I can think of right now. Hey, what do you think our parents used to do when there was no cell phones back in the day?
Wait, there was a time when there were no cell phones?
Oh my god, Gao Sheng.
Are you serious?
Ôi, cho nên nó hi hi hả nè. When I was growing up, it was so much different compared to what you guys have.
What did you do growing up?
I'd love to hear more about it. I never told anyone these stories before, but because you asked, I'll tell you something little. Thở u, ông tin của con nhỏ, tôi là mình nhớ hỏi yêu lúc đó, when anh cho tôi tiền, của chị chắc của tôi đi giàu. Quit inside love, which meant I had more responsibilities. Before I got to my teen years, it was the most peaceful time, and I had so much fun running around the village with my friends.
What else did you do in the village?
I played a very fun games.
Ooh, I'm starting to get good at this.
Do those new tricks you learned how to do.
Okay, I'll do my best.
I think you would consider it some sort of jump roping game, but it's a bit different.
What is it then?
It is a rubber band jumping game called Tia Yan. I'll tell you more about it.
Two people are going to hold the end of the rope and you're going to jump like this.
Then what do I do?
Well, they'll either get harder or more difficult each round. Once you get used to it, tricks are added. The more tricks you can do, the better you are.
I became so good at this game, and it was so fun. Growing up, we had no cell cell phones, but we all enjoyed spending time with each other. While I played this game, my brother went to play soccer, Jumba.
Were there any other games?
There were lots of more games. I can't think of any off of my mind right now, but next time ask me and I'll tell you more.
Wow! Woo, rất sao, bà Triệu.
Mom, Dad, where are you guys going?
Bây giờ bài ở đây ý chào biết mọi người chào. Con nhớ chị thấy chị trong đó.
Can I come home too?
No, you have to watch your siblings and the home.
Never mind.
When your great-grandparents meant that they'll be back soon, they meant dawn. As the oldest child, I had to take care of all my siblings, especially the youngest. My parents and everyone else's were very hardworking.
How did you learn how to cook then?
Observing my mom was how I learned. It was an essential skill that all Hmong women had to know, because soon they'd all be married off. You guys are lucky that you guys don't have to watch over your siblings all day and have to cook as much. I started cooking as soon as I was old enough to walk.
What was the first thing you learned how to cook?
I don't remember exactly, but we didn't have many resources to cook with. It was difficult finding food, and even buying food because we had no money. Eating chicken was considered a luxury dish, and the best time to eat chicken was when relatives visited.
Wow, I never knew that. I always got so irritated eating chicken so much. When were you allowed to go out?
I rarely went out because I was a Hmong daughter, and as a Hmong daughter, I am expected to stay home, cook for my family, and do chores.
There's a lot of home daughters that can do this nowadays.
In the United States now, not all traditions are followed.
Wow, I'm surprised you know so well. You always stay at home all the time, watching Korean drama and pilot porn.
When I got to your age, it was a prime time and the perfect time for me to get married because I was starting to know how to do everything. My mother taught me the essential skills that I needed to know as a Hmong woman.
Okay, Mom. I know your plants are beautiful and yellow, but it's about time to teach you how to do some things that are easy to maintain a lifestyle once you're home. Yeah, just always be your daughter.
I know you've been doing the basics of watching your siblings and cooking, but I think it's about time to teach you how to do some more.
My mom started teaching me new recipes and more things to cook. She taught me to understand that I'll be cooking for my husband for the rest of my life. In addition to that, I'd be assisting him in everything he did.
How did you feel?
To be honest, I was very heartbroken because I knew my mother wanted me to be treated with respect when I got married off. But the only way for me to be treated with respect is to know how to be a good housewife. Soon, I learned how to raise livestock and how to plant crops with them, and didn't even realize that my parents were starting to age. They worked so hard to teach me how to be a good housewife that their health wasn't even taken care of. One day, as I went to gather water with my dad for the first time because my brother was sick, I carried water home with him, and I noticed that the water was so heavy. I was more tired than ever and gained so much respect for my brother and father because I was always upset that I had to cook for them every single day.
When did you realize it was time for you to get married?
I didn't realize it soon enough, but when my parents started saying that if I wanted to go to the Hmong New Year, I can go if I wanted to. Do your parents still teach you how to cook or learn some basic skills?
I've just realized Mom has been indirectly teaching me how to do all of those.
Me too. I never knew that making me help at family gatherings and cooking held so much meaning. Mom will always ask me to help her cook the night before. In the morning, we made runs for all the guests.
So when you're done helping your dad, come and watch me sew.
What are you sewing?
We'll be preparing your mom clothes for the Hmong New Year before it comes up. I've sewn a lot of things since my mother taught me.
Can I see some of it?
Yes, of course you can. This is what I wore when I met your father at the Hmong New Year. I spoke the white Hmong dialect. What made our outfit unique was the white pleated skirt. The jacket had blue cuffs on its sleeves, and it was a very simple Hmong outfit. Your father is from a striped Hmong, which is who you are. They were easily identified by their jacket sleeves, which usually consist of 3 to 4 black and blue stripes. They wore aprons in the front and back, and they had blue center panels.
I never really considered that depending on your dialect, that you'll wear a certain type of clothing.
I think the only reason why we don't see those clothes anymore is because of those newer styles out there.
A lot of Hmong clothes nowadays at Hmong New Year's are really flashy and has more to it.
When you get married, you have to know more than what I'm teaching you. And even though we taught you a few things, there's no way for you to truly know what is expected until you're in Yang.
Ancestors for giving us good fortune.
Traditionally, the Hmong New Year is the only Hmong holiday celebrated. It serves as a Thanksgiving for the Hmong and usually occurs in November and December. The name No Tingtiao means that the holiday happens to be on the 30th of the month.
How long did it last? 3 days like over here?
It would last a month or however long it took. Many people would come to the Hmong New Year, and as the days went on, less and less people came. Eventually, it just came to an end. The closest Hmong celebration compared to Laos is the Hmong New Year that occurs in Fresno, California, lasting 7 whole days. Hmong people from all over the states gather there for fun, food, and even to meet their relatives. The Hmong New Year is where I met a lot of guys.
Beautiful. I've never seen something like this. Don't you think she's a keeper?
Thâu, cái chị có cho là to à? Chắc cái
Ôi, bóc ta, chắc chó.
Sai, mình chú nó pizza ta lấy sao rồi?
Yeah, I'm sure pizza, I think. Vâng. Đừng có phải nói cho cô luôn.
Thâu, có thằng nữa hay còn nữa cứ thằng cho cô rồi.
Không phải kia, phải kia.
Thâu,
À chia.
chẳng có lúa chòi kinh chỗ ta lưu lắm nó à.
Chia có ai nữa.
Là chạy tao à?
Phải kia xin.
Tôi lúa. Tao chỉ là tao chỉ.
Nhớ chưa? Lima. Can I talk to you?
It's getting late. Come on, một chair.
Cái年轻我来去做个来，去做这个上课。
When you take a dinner, pizza, they hope it's sister.
ก็ประกาศตัวจีก้ามาหน่อย
cứ chỉ cả.
To. Người ta cho có, người ta là tôi không có được to.
Đâu đó,你只谈了股，股在对中国出来呢，你只啥的不只中国贴。
中国嘛，但是各种一样牌子啊，才点吧，不赢啊。把kia.
After some talking and getting to know your grandpa, he started coming over when it was nighttime and played danjia at night. He and I communicated that way when everyone was sleeping. He went behind the walls where I was sleeping, and we eventually started a conversation using the instrument.
Lần có phải nhau bình đó. Ôi, linh tử chạy cho là đây. Dạ quá, có chỉ bóng quá. Linh tử nó. I haven't been able to sleep the last couple of nights because I really miss you and I came to visit you. Ôi, linh tử ping. Chúa, ping bông rồi giống nè. Có gì đâu. Bon chez moi. Mon gars, cấp tập bữa.
Có tôi là nó.
Tôi cấp tập cả hải học cái lựa cho cú nào.
Cả mà, có tôi kỳ đi, có chuyện trai đá lo.
Ghosts? I'm not scared of ghosts. I'm not scared of ghosts at all here.
Just wondering because it's very late.
What are you thinking of? La. nè.
Hả? Có hai cụ lo.
Yeah, sat there, you were so shy and went to sleep now.
Ôi, bao nhiêu mà.
But I know you found me talking to go here, but I seriously need some alone time with the bunny here now.
Ê, của tư nhớ là đó có chỉ xài vô trong cụ lo.
Ô, đi bờ, chắc là tao luôn. Thank you for helping me out. Kuma support ko siya shop dali oh. Binuho ko mind zone na. To ko pa hitia ko siya coach siya.
Plans. In these plans, it was considered taboo to marry someone with the same last name as yours. In some families, not all, it is also taboo to marry someone in the same name as your mother's maiden name.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, we told you that before.
There are 3 ways to show how a wedding is started. Want to guess any of them?
Yeah, you're really smart. How about you guess?
I guess I can guess. So, the band takes the woman to the most romantic place in town, takes her out for dinner, then somewhere where they've been before. They both watch the sunset together, and then when it's about time to go home, they both stand up, but the man gets back on his knees. He takes something out from his pocket, and guess what? It's a wedding ring. He then says something under the lines of, "Girlfriend, I have known you for such a long time now, and I think we've been hitting off pretty well. You are the calculator to my math homework. You are the socks to my feet. You are the one. You are the one that's meant to be with me, and I'm meant to be with you. I want to spend the rest of my life." Can you not? I know you watch a lot of Korean dramas, but Grandma asked us if we knew how Hmong weddings were initiated. Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Right.
Well, there are 3 ways. One is bride napping. Bride napping isn't practiced as often anymore because in the United States, we have more rights to protect us. The second one can be a formal proposal to the woman's family with a very formal house call. They bring lots of gifts and ask the parents of the woman for her hand in marriage.
Does that mean my answer is correct? Because it's the last one.
Not quite.
Then how did your wedding happen?
It is the third of the 3 ways. When a man is interested in someone, he'll give her a gift that can come in forms of jewelry, clothes, or even small items. If she accepts the gift, that means she's agreeing to marry him.
Man, after long days collecting bamboo and selling them at the market, working really hard, I was able to finally save up and make this bracelet for her. You know, I don't have much to offer, but I hope she likes it and accepts me for who I am.
You've been working hard, man. No, let's do she look. Sateo, touch your hello.
You think so?
Just go.
Ooh.
After this happens, the woman will run away from home to show that she loved the man. I had to stay in your grandpa's house for a couple of days, and he took very good care of me. Eventually, his clan leaders or relatives will travel to my house to let my parents know that I was saved.
Then how did your wedding come to be? And where was it?
In the Hmong culture, there are many steps when it comes to weddings. When I first arrived to your grandpa's house, the head of the household performed a blessing ritual for the ancestors requesting me to accept me into the household. I was not allowed to visit anyone's house after those few days. After the 3 days have passed, and the date for my wedding has been agreed on, my parents prepared a wedding feast.
Really? A feast? Where at?
It wasn't anywhere fancy. It was at my own house. Traditionally, weddings were held at the lady's house. It started with the groom and his family arriving at the front door. Beforehand, multiple things were prepared on both sides of the family because it's important to unite both sides of the family. Those who came consisted of his best man, the Kila, 2 negotiators, Mekong, and in addition to that, the Green Lady, the Tainjoa. Before my wedding began, or before Chong, they decided on the bride price, which I'm worth in appreciation to my parents who has raised me and taught me the life skills that I need.
I remember you telling us about this one time. The bride price is discussed by the elders and Mekong in both families, usually paid in silver or livestock. Sometimes, being the eldest daughter meant you were worth more.
首先到那多呢，多还穿了不多菜。rồi nó để cho nó cái này con này sẽ chơi vào cho nên nè đồ là cho nên đó rồi nó để cho chủ thể cái ít tuần sư ít tuổi ấy nó cái tuần sư được đó
à có sai thì cái tuần sư nó họ à cái chuyện này à biết đồ này
cho nên là cái mà sẽ bắt được cái bóng mà cầu chia xóa
để vậy đó ít tuần sư ít tuổi ấy nó nhé cầu chia vậy
đâu đi đâu được đâu
Today, giving a dowry isn't practiced as much, and if it is, it's usually compensated in monetary terms. The money is usually used funds for the wedding itself at times.
But thanks for being my pilot today. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to get the help I need. I hope her family really likes me and she really likes me for who I am.
Don't worry, man. I'm your pillar, the best man. Our role is to help you whenever you need it, and you have to play a crucial role in helping you. Got you, man.
Alright, thank you for being my green lady today and making sure my wedding goes according to plan.
The Nathaniel is a bridesmaid from the groom's side. Her role at the wedding is to follow the bride and to make sure she doesn't run away to another man, because historically, many girls were forced to marry and would run to the past lovers. Because of this, at some point during the wedding, elders will ask the bride if she has any old gifts from her lovers, and if she does, she has to forfeit those items.
I heard something about weddings. Is there a reason why there's no spicy dishes at all? Or is it because the last wedding I went to, they forgot to make it?
It's a superstition that it was not allowed to serve spicy dishes at a wedding, for it'll make the marriage bitter.
Does this actually come true?
It's a superstition, so I'm not quite sure either.
What kind of home clothes did you and Grandpa wear on your wedding then?
At the official wedding, I had to drive to my house with your grandpa in their home clothes. When I left with them home, my mother clothed me in the home-sewn home clothes she had made and prepared for me. I wasn't allowed to bring any past belongings, but my mother packed us some food, such as chicken, or a dirty bag, and some clothes for me.
When it was time to leave, did you wear the Hmong stripes clothes then?
Yes, you remember. I wore the home striped clothes, same with my Nathaniel. When my mother dressed me in home clothes, I became torn because it finally hit me. It was the last time I was with my mother as her daughter.
What do you mean the last time as her daughter?
As a daughter, once you're married and on your own, your parents are no longer spiritually your parents. Although I was her daughter spiritually, I knew that I would be deep inside my heart.
Make sure to fulfill your duties. Remember the things I told and taught you. I'm sure you're going to do great because I'm very proud of you. When you leave, you're going to be an adult. Make sure to love your husband and your family as if it's your own.
Yeah, without you, I wouldn't know what to do. I'm so grateful that you're my mother and would ask me to be my mom again in my next life.
You're more new, but you look out there, look up. Getting to God out of faith, that they look up. When you leave, you'll no longer be a daughter that she'll call. You'll be out to begin your own life. Or Shindig. And when you leave, remember not to look back.
Me too. Take care of my daughter and treat her well. Put all my trust in you to take good care of her. Take her and love her dearly because we all love her.
Morning, sunshine. Ready to go on a date this morning?
Ready, Ma.
Today we'll be planning some new crafts. We'll be planning some gel and some bucket today.
我明白嘛，明白嘛。Your garden is so far.
Don't worry, Tulai. We're almost there.
Oh, nó cho sao? Hey, nó sao? Sao hả chàng? Cứ cho tôi coi. Cứ cho mình chơi lên đây.
Sao tôi chưa? Tôi bỏ bác cơ.
Cái lỗi không thế à?
Don't worry, Xin chinh.
被找了咯。
到了吗？
That must have been a long hike.
Yeah, tell me about it. I can barely go up the hill when I go sledding.
You get used to it. We did it every day, just like my mom and dad once did.
And you still decided to garden after that long hike?
Of course I did. I had to.
Sa, it's getting late. Bây mù chế, ta kịp đi mà đã cao to.
Pretty much. Yeah, big museum.
I usually had to cook when I got back home. It was normal, but sometimes I was just too tired to function. Regardless, I had to push through, or else no one would have in bed. It wasn't always perfect though. Some nights I cooked dinner, and my in-laws would criticize how I did things and how I cooked because it wasn't the way they preferred. I had to learn and adjust to their cooking styles because they didn't like the way my mom taught me.
Mom always cooked dinner for us. I wonder if she ever got tired of it.
I'm pretty sure she had some nights when she was tired.
We should start appreciating Mom. She always worked and cooked us dinner.
We should try cooking for her once.
And if I, of course.
Soon, I realized I was living the same life as my mother, and that my husband was living the same life as my father. We didn't have much money or resources, and the only way for us to live was to keep working in the fields for food. The difference from there compared to here is that we are given the opportunity to receive money and aid if we need it. We find ways to work hard, and all of you girls are going to school now.
So, you live the same exact life as your mother?
Yes, I did. But there was nothing bad to it. Even though I had to do so much, such as learning how to sew, cook, and even to work in the field, I had to do this on a daily basis. It was peaceful and it was calm.
Are a lot of home students forced to do this nowadays?
These responsibilities aren't as heavy, but there are expectations from daughters too nowadays. For students like you girls, your parents only force you to do chores like dishes, cooking for your siblings, and more for you to build it into a habit. It is a good habit to be clean and to know how to cook for yourself and perhaps your little own family in the future.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Nitai, you didn't mention to us about your school life.
I never received education. It's why I praise and wish the best for you girls when you go to school. You no longer hold the responsibilities I once did. You are better than I am. You are smarter than I am.
Nitai, do you have anything you regret in your life?
No, I enjoyed it the best I could. I lived life to the fullest, even though I didn't have much.
I really enjoyed your story, Nitai. It really opened up my eyes on what you went through.
Well, it's getting late now. I'll tell you more next time. Let's clean up and go to bed.
What Grandma told us tonight made me feel like I've been forgetting about my culture and what she really went through.
What do you mean?
I feel like we should do something different. Maybe even helping around the house.
But I work.
I'm not saying that we always have to, but just a little bit more gestures. As you can see, Mom and Dad always work at a factory job because they do not know how to speak English. Mom even helps Dad and cook us dinner.
I think it'll also help Dad and Mom be more relaxed because Dad does do a lot of paperwork too.
Yeah, you guys are right.
I feel like there's still so much that's still untold about her life.
I gained a lot of respect for Grandma tonight. We were too caught up in our lives that we took what their previous lifestyle was for granted, even considering the harsh war they had to go through.
We've always heard about the war, even from Ku and what they went through the war, that everyone has forgotten about their daily life. And how stressful it was because they had no money.
I guess we'll just have to wait
Until next time to hear more!
Ôi, nên từ cái ông chó của ta hay có những bài phương nè.
Cái mà Linh cũng vừa.
Pelo choix của mùa anh tìm lòng của yêu mùa lên từ bỏ chỉ mùa lên từ ba cùng mà đi từ con ba chỉ mùa lên từ cùng mà đi tua ta tê mình mà đi sâu kề
Jew's harp or the Jaws harp or the mouth harp, 3 different names. And also the Hmong can communicate with the flute or the leaf through playing all of those. You can say any Hmong word because it's such a musical language. So the dialect that everyone in this room speaks, it's depending on who you talk to. Hmong is a tonal language which is found in mostly East and Southeast Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, and Mesoamerica. So how you pronounce the pitch of each sound changes the meaning of that word. So for example, my name is Neng, but if you say Neng, that means horse. If you say Neng, that means person. If you say Neng, that means life. If you say Neng, that means like a bow. Say something like Neng Neng, that means like stilts. So depending on how you pronounce a word, it means something completely different, but because of the tone that changes in pitch, basically you can say it's one of the most musical languages in the world, especially because it's also whistled. I don't know, maybe I'll try to play this, but I think it's really tricky to hold the mic and play this. Why don't we try to? No, it's okay. I think I'll go like this. Does that work? Can you hear that? It's tricky. It's getting stuck, so sometimes the metal blades like brush on each other. So that is gu yo kia kia. So in the skit, we did a skit about how you would come to the door and you would talk to the girl with this, right? So it was kind of like a way that you could talk really quietly and also through a wooden panel. So they would sometimes say something like gu yo kia kia kwa za ba nian de dong du ta no e ni chi mo du me tong gao zhong gao bao li gao but you can place like I'm kind of like overemphasizing it, but gu yo kia kia. So if you pay attention, so basically every language in the world, the consonants are really quiet and then the vowels are really, really loud. So for example, when we say the word hi, it's I, it's not ha, I, you know. So because you can listen to the inflections of the sound, that's how you can decode the words too. So if I were to say, gu tu mei huang gao, you can say it with this. And that's how you can talk with music. It imitates the tones of the language. Maybe I'll keep playing. I actually wasn't even gonna play this, but technology doesn't work 100% of the time. Any other guesses on the languages? How many languages there are in the entire world? Right here. Around 6,000? I bet you Googled that.